It's late 2022, and the Gulf's richest players are locked in a quiet war. Not over oil this time, over tourists. Picture a glitzy gala in Dubai, CEOs clinking glasses under the Burj Al Arab's Udwa sails. Across the water, Qatar is still buzzing from the World Cup. 80,000 fans screaming in Lusail Stadium, a $200 billion party that put them on the map. Meanwhile, in Riyadh, a young prince, Mohammed bin Salman, MBS to his allies, stands on a balcony, staring out at a dusty sprawl. He's 37, restless, and done playing second fiddle. Dubai's pulling 17 million visitors a year. Qatar's cashing in on its shiny new cred. And Saudi, it's got pilgrims. 19 million to Mecca and Medina. But that's not enough anymore. MBS turns to an aide and says, "We're building something they can't ignore." Fast forward to 2025, and here it is, the Mukaab, a 400-meter tall cube rising from the sand, so massive it could swallow 20 Empire State Buildings. $50 billion on the line, a promise to remake Saudi into a tourism titan. But as the Gulf's Megaproject race heats up, one question is cutting through the desert wind. Is this Saudi's trump card, or the world's largest flop incoming? The Gulf's always been a land of excess, oil gushing since the 30s turned sleepy fishing villages into billionaire playgrounds. But by the 2010s, the game changed. Oil prices crashed, $26 a barrel in 2016, and these kingdoms realized the black stuff wouldn't last forever. Dubai saw it first. They went all in on tourism. Burj Khalifa piercing the sky by 2010, $36 billion in visitor cash by 2023. Qatar doubled down, $200 billion on the World Cup, 4 million tourists flooding in after. Saudi watched, mostly from the sidelines, banking on pilgrims and oil. Then MBS took the wheel. Vision 2030 dropped in 2016, a plan to drag Saudi into the future, kicking and screaming if it had to. Now, they're not just catching up, they're swinging for the fences. The Mukab's their loudest shot yet, in a Gulf tourism brawl that's rewriting the region. So what is this thing? Picture a cube, 400 meters tall, 400 meters wide, 400 meters deep. That's taller than the Chrysler Building, wider than 4 football fields end to end. It's not just big, it's bonkers. Inside, it's like stepping into a sci-fi movie. Holographic waterfalls cascade down virtual cliffs. A spiraling tower twists up the center, glowing with digital art. There's 1.4 million square meters of offices, 980,000 square meters of shops, 104,000 homes, enough for a small city, 9,000 hotel rooms, cultural hubs, entertainment zones. It's a world in a box. This is the heart of New Murabba, a $65 billion district in Riyadh, meant to house 300,000 people and draw millions more. Saudi's betting it'll be done by 2030, turning their capital into a global hotspot. And the why? Simple. They want tourists, 100 million a year by decade's end, up from 27 million in 2023. This cube's their golden ticket. Now, Saudi's not building this in a vacuum. The Gulf's a battleground for attention. Take Dubai. 17 million visitors in 2023, $36 billion in tourism cash. The Burj Khalifa's 829 meters of Instagram bait. The Palm Jumeirah's man-made excess. It's been the region's king for 20 years. Qatar's no slouch either. The 2022 World Cup left them with gleaming stadiums and spots like the Museum of Islamic Art, pulling in 4 million tourists last year alone. Saudi? They've had Mecca and Medina, 19 million pilgrims pre-pandemic, but that's a different game. Religious travel's steady, but it's not the luxury-seeking, selfie-snapping crowd Dubai thrives on. The Mukab's Saudi's answer. A jaw-dropping flex to say, we're not just oil and prayer anymore. They want to outshine Dubai's glitz, Qatar's polish, and every other Gulf rival in one cubic swoop. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. Construction's no pipe dream. It's happening. By late 2024, 86% of the site's excavated, 10 million cubic meters of sand and rock hauled out. That's enough to fill 4,000 Olympic pools. The New Murabba Development Company, backed by Saudi's $700 billion public investment fund, is driving it. They've got 400,000 workers across these projects, and the Mukab's the star. The plan's to finish by 2030, aligning with Vision 2030's big deadline. Inside, it's not just about size, it's tech, Think Minority Report vibes. Holographic billboards, immersive theatres, AI-guided tours. It's a $50 billion bet that people will fly halfway across the world to gawk at a cube and stay to spend. But the Mukab's not solo. Saudi's gone megaproject mad. There's Neom, a $500 billion sci-fi city up north. Its crown jewel, the Line, was supposed to stretch 170 kilometers. 2 mirrored skyscrapers, 500 meters tall, no cars, all green. Construction started in 2022, but by 2024, cash crunches cut it to 2.4 kilometers by 2030. Still, Neom's got Oxagon, a floating port, and Trojena, a ski resort opening for the 2029 Asian Winter Games. Then there's the Red Sea project, 200 kilometers of coast, 22 islands, 50 resorts, first hotels like Six Senses, hit in 2025, all solar-powered. Qiddiya's a $10 billion entertainment beast. Six Flags rides, sports arenas, aiming for 2026. Riyadh's $63 billion, turning a 300-year-old mud brick site into a cultural hub. Its first hotels opened in 2024. Jeddah Central's a $20 billion waterfront redo, tied to the 2034 World Cup bid. It's an $800 billion spree. Mukab's just the flashiest piece, but there's a flip side to this story. Saudi's PIF says these projects have created 1.5 million jobs since 2020, pumping $20 billion into migrant homes. Still, the cost cut's deep. At Neom, BBC reports logged 21 deaths in 2023, falls, heatstroke, workers pushing 62-hour weeks beyond the legal 52. The Mukab's no exception. Labour groups flag illegal overtime, cramped dorms. Then there's the design itself. Some Saudis whisper it's too close to the Kaaba, cube-shaped, golden-hued, sacred vibes. The government shrugs it off. But the chatter's there. And the money? Oil's at $70 a barrel in 2025. Saudi needs $96 to break even. The PIF stretched thin. The line's already shrinking. If this cube doesn't pay off, it's a very pricey mirage. So, let's talk worth. Vision 2030 wants 6% non-oil growth by 2030. Tourism's the engine, aiming for $100 billion yearly. The Mukab could anchor that, turning Riyadh into Dubai 2.0. In 2023, tourism added $12 billion to Saudi's GDP, 27 million visitors. Triple that, and you're in the game. But history's brutal. Dubai's boom crashed in 2008. Half-built towers sat empty for years. China's got ghost cities. Malaysia's forest city is 80% vacant. Megaprojects flop when the hype outruns reality. And sustainability? The Mukab's air-conditioned guts need power. Saudi's 95% fossil-fueled in 2024, despite 147 gigawatts of renewable promises. Water's scarcer. Neom alone gulps 4 million cubic meters yearly. Summers hit 50 degrees Celsius now. What's 2050 look like? If the cube's half empty by then, it's a $50 billion tomb. Here's our take. 60% chance this thing's a long shot. The scale's insane. The risks are real. Cash, climate, execution. Dubai took decades. Saudi wants it in a decade. But 40% of me sees a win. If they nail tourism, if the tech works, if the world bites, this cube could redefine the Gulf. MBS isn't blinking. 86% of the site's dug. $50 billion is locked in. It's a gambler's roll. What do you think? Drop your call below. We're reading everyone.